throw it away. Every moment's one more chance to stand up or get in the way. So when I go, I want the world to know I won't bend, break, I'm going away. Every moment's one more chance to stand up or get in the way. So when I go, I want the world to know I was alive. I was alive. I want the world to know I was alive. I was alive. I want the world to know.
Hello YouTube and welcome to Daytona for the start of the Reebok Truck Series season, and I forgot the race titles already. Great shit. On the pole here today, not this guy. It's an all-rookie front row with Delon Ebrahimian starting alongside the 18 of William Brock. Row 2 sees Chris Louvier in the championship truck from last season, starting alongside TRD Racing's Kev Shear. Row 3 will have Elijah Gilbert and Samet Ozkan as it's a rookie field top 6. Row 4, Dylan Young and Joshua Osborne. Bafode Sacco will start alongside Tom Shelley in row number 5. I have nothing else to say. Actually, here's the rest of the starting grid. Max Anderson will start alongside Zachary Fitzwater in row 6. James Shelley, Joshua Hyatt in row 7. Faith Rollins and Chris Wilson in row 8. Trevor Germain and Zach Flickinger in row 9. Binky Louvier and James Qualls in row 10. Sky Commons and RJ Reynolds in row 11. Aldra Baranowskis and Sam Young in row 12. Seth Cole and Sabrina Rogers in row 4. Is it row 13? Dang. Jessica Shelton will start alongside Amanda Shelley. Here's the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Quickly go through the rest of the starting grid so you can see where you start. First race always very much the chaotic one to get started. I will pause the recording, or I'll take a break from the recording. We'll be right back as I go ahead and look up what the race sponsor was. 22 rookies in this field of 42 as the field goes down the back straightaway. Normally during the course of the season I would have also mentioned who our onboards are. In all honesty, with this being the first race of the season, there's no way of actually doing the onboards the way I normally would. So we'll just kind of wing it on the onboards for this one race, and starting next week at Atlanta, then I'll kind of have the 8 onboards like we did last season. Either way, Pace Truck is pulling off. We're set to go for 20 laps here at Daytona for the Reebok Truck Series. And season number 4 is green. Let's see who's the first to make it 3 wide. So far, no one moving out of line. There's still 2 by 2 all the way through the field. William Brock trying to get the edge here off turn number 2. And already it looks like it's at the back that they will deform a little bit, as it will be Tim Randolph in the SS Racing 68 that's able to fall in line. Almarego tried to fall in line but wasn't clear. He's going to squeeze in there maybe in front of the 57 of Steve Pollard. Yes, he does. And it's William Brock clear for the lead as they come off turn number 4. And Brock will lead the first lap of the season. 5 bonus points to the 18. Ebrahimian, though, gets the run off the corner there. Tries to pull alongside once again. But it's Chris Louvier in the rebranded 42 from last season in a 40 this season for with a different team name. That's given the push to Brock. Now Ebrahimian with the run down the back straightaway. Pulls back out in front just a little bit. As they're 3 wide towards the middle of the field. The 6 of Trevor Germain is in it. Zach Flickinger, Binky Livier shoved up to the outside. John Irvin outside 3 wide as well, back towards the back. James Qualls and Sky Commons also there, and Aldra Baranowskis in the 17 in the middle, 3 wide. Meanwhile, up front, it is still William Brock leading. Delon Ebrahimian, though, getting the run off the corner, and I'm surprised at the ability for the 9 and the 69 to be able to hang into that draft right now. They're not losing as much ground as I would have thought. Meanwhile, Kev Shear not fully in line really with that 32 in the corners, as the Crayola truck keeps moving to that outside a little bit. And Brock continues to lead as there's great side-by-side action here at Daytona. Chris Louvier still just hanging around in that 3rd spot right now, trying to get the 18 clear so he might be able to try and make a move for the lead. As 69 starts to finally kind of lose some ground there, Baranowskis gets out of the 3 wide scenario. James Shelley, the all-time winningest driver in this series, started to kind of make a move there out from behind Max Anderson in the 92. Didn't quite get there, though. As Binky Louvier falls back in line, now it's just Zach Flickinger on the outside all by himself. Zachary Fitzwater in his full-time return to the series, was part-time last season. As Zach Flickinger, unfortunately for him, was D&Q in the Cup Series race yesterday. Trying to look for better things here tonight, maybe. As falls back in line, as Binky Louvier fell to the inside line is what happened there. Zorline now goes and gets shoved up, but gets back in line. So it kind of, I think that's Card Poller, that's right. That let him in line basically right there. As Brock has still led every lap and Ebrahimian has not even fallen back yet. I'm impressed by this. I actually didn't even expect Brock to just not be able to clear. I know the outside line works a little bit better here, especially with the trucks, but on this version of Daytona, but dang. As looks like that was Sabrina Rogers that would have been in the 1 truck who made a move to the inside of RJ Reynolds. Flickinger up near the wall. Johnny Gardner gets shoved up 3 wide by Stephen Pollard III. Sam Young up on that outside line as well. And Gardner going to try and force his way back in line in front of the 01. He does so. As now Flickinger falls even more towards the back. Just astonishing the racing we're seeing here out of Daytona, as Delon Ebrahimian looks to have possibly cleared for the lead. Never mind, just truck disappeared. Never mind. Will someone clear for the lead at any point in this race is going to be the question. These two have been side by side since the drop of the green flag. Brock continues to lead by half a truck length. Zorline back outside 3 wide. Seven laps complete, and these two have not been able to clear one another yet at any point tonight. Zach Flickinger still falling back. Who gets desperate? Who makes that one lunge at some point? Kev Shear just keeps peeking out to that outside going into 3. I don't know what he's got planned, but he's got rookies behind him and in front of him. And that might just be what's going on with Louvier too. He's got the rookies behind him, so he doesn't know what they've got. Well, he's got a rookie behind him, so he maybe doesn't know what that guy's got planned. Let's go on board the defending champion here, or the defending, not the defending champion, but the defending champions team here. Interesting to have actually heard a lift on the 22s on board there. I didn't even think that they would have been lifting at any point, but down that back straightaway, Seth Cole was lifting. So that might be an interesting thing. I see a 69 of Binky Louvier trying to pull out a line, not able to do so. As the 87, Faith Rollins gets shoved up out of line, as well as Joshua Hyatt in the 11 truck, which was piloted last season by Dylan Thoreau to a solid year, 17th in the points. Actually would have won the points had there not been a chase, so go figure. And still nothing up front with the clearing. This is just astonishing that neither one of the... I think Brock's led every lap too. So William Brock locks up the extra 5 points for leading the most laps. As much as I love this racing, I might have to look at the I-9 for next season. I might just have to look at it because, dang. Maybe a small tweak. It was still at the line. William Brock leads. He's led every single lap as Alexander Rowe in the 10 car gets shoved up out of line. And I still question how long will that patience wear on these guys on that inside line and towards the back of the pack. Because you can only take it for so long, really. Trevor Germain gets put 3 wide. Up to the outside line he goes. And we saw this type of race in the Bud Shit, and eventually that outside line just managed to work better. But right now that inside line just keeps having more and more people in it. Now I see 4 cars on that outside line. Faith Rollins, Trevor Germain, Joshua Hyatt, and who's the other one? The 13 of Jack James is up there now as well. Zorline makes it 3 wide. That's going to put Kyle Matthews up on the outside. Eventually, at some point, I'll remember to always do that. Oh, well. So Kyle Matthews trying to get back to that outside line there. Now he will. Even closer at the line that time by. Now it looks like 32 starting to maybe try just that little bit harder, trying to clear. Does Louvier make a move at any point? Now it looks like Kev Shearer actually staying more in line as well on that outside line. But at the line it'll still be William Brock. Not yet clear. This time almost by a little over half a truck length. Down the back straightaway, Ebrahimian with the better push. Looks like down the back straightaway. As it's Chevy versus Toyota, and ironically enough, the pushers are a Dodge and a Toyota, but on the opposite lines. Brock not yet clear. Hyatt still falls towards the back. 4 to go at Daytona. Louvier finally makes the peak. Gets back in line. Now it's starting to get a little antsy. You can see the 40 starting to make some peaks. Ebrahimian's going to be side by side with the 18 at the line. Too close to call. I'd give it to Brock. So does timing and scoring. How close would that have been? 5 thousandths of a second at Daytona. If that would have been the checkered flag. Looks like Ebrahimian... Well, Louvier is going to make the move for the lead. Three wide, 2 rows, now 3 rows deep. Louvier with help from Dylan Young, William Brock and Elijah Gilbert, and it's Ebrahimian and Kev Shear. At the line, Chris Louvier leads now with 2 laps to go. Louvier is clear out in front. Dylan Young also clear. Tom Shelley making his way up to the front. The veterans at Daytona might be 1, 2, 3 by the end of this. They're going to be side by side for second though, with Louvier out front. Louvier literally driving the championship team truck from last season. SRT Motorsports, the Dodge factory team, buying out the 42 and bringing over the exact crew. They signed everyone that was on that team to this one. The white flag is out at Daytona. Down the back straightaway they come for the final time. Max Anderson, does he have anything? Here he comes. He's going to make the move with help from Chris Wilson. They're going to be side by side. Rookie versus veteran. Chevy versus Dodge. The 2 factory teams. Off the final corner. And it's going to be a photo finish at Daytona. And it goes to Max Anderson. He starts the season off right. He wins the Florida Lottery 250. Wow! 1/1000th of a second. Max Anderson with his first career win and in his first career start. And Louvier's showing that this team is meaning business. This season they're going for 2 in a row. Top 10 tonight. Max Anderson, Chris Louvier, Chris Wilson, Tom Shelley, Sky Commons, Dylan Young, Sabrina Rogers, William Brock. Binky Louvier starts the season off with a top 10. Let that one sink in, folks. And Elijah Gilbert in his Truck Series debut gets a top 10. Bottom of the field there, you see it. Notables John Irvin, Alex Perkle after a chase effort last season will start the year off with a 33rd. Sam Young, 35th. Seth Cole, Kyle Matthews, and Steve Pollard. Boy, how can I catch a break? Oh boy, I hope the season goes better for Kyle Matthews. I really do. If there's, I mean, it's not even trying to show favoritism or anything, but I would love to see Kyle Matthews have a way better season than he's had the last two. Both of them like 40th in points. Not even joking. Either way, tonight belongs to the SS Racing crew. They win on debut, and their driver wins on debut. Max Anderson with his first career win, and in what is the closest finish of any of my 3 series right there. 1/1000th of a second. Can't get much closer than that. If you didn't like the finish, at least, I don't know what to tell you. I could understand maybe not liking the fact that no one can make the move early on. But it ended up with a great finish. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you next time.